We are all most likely very familiar with the story of the Israelites leaving Egypt and then wandering around in the desert for 40 years. It was an incredibly trying time for God's children. However, their time in the desert is about to end, and they are probably very optimistic about what the future holds. But then, their leader, the one who brought them out of Egypt, kept them safe and fed in the wilderness, the one who gave them the 10 Commandments, has just died. That had to be an incredible blow to the people of Israel, and especially to Joshua, who is now tasked with taking over. But God has something to say about all of this. We pick up in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, and it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." When God spoke these words to Joshua, he was in a particularly emotional and awkward transition. His mentor of more than 40 years has just died, and he has assumed the command of roughly 1 million Jews. Talk about a lot of responsibility. There was no time for the slow and steady development of leadership skills. Instead, he was faced with the immediate task of conquering a land that was stronger than them in every single way. Would you have had the courage to do all that? There are times in our lives that require great courage and confidence in God. Maybe you're actually in one of those situations right now that requires great courage. God's charge to Joshua also applies to you and me. If you don't think you're strong enough, don't worry. God's unstoppable strength will flow out of you. The strength comes as a result of your obedience to God's directions for your life. And don't worry, you're not alone either. There are others who have gone before you to conquer similar challenges. And even more importantly, God is with you always. You can step forward in your destiny with the certainty that God himself is right there with you. His strength is now your strength. So the next time you find yourself in a difficult situation that requires great courage, remember who is on your side. You do not have to be terrified or discouraged with the seemingly impossible circumstances that you face. With God, all things are possible.